All right, so I wanted to just give a quick little sneak peek at this tiny little RFID NFC device. And it's going to be in a few different stages, but for now, this is kind of the best prototype I've got right now. And this is where we started from. It was just on I think a 3x7 uh, PCB prototype board. So once you get your idea down, you have somewhat working code, and you got some basic wiring. You can run over to PCBWay and send your design and schematic over and get something cool looking like this. So let's say you have one of my PCB designs or any project really. You're going to want to go to PCBWay.com. And this is a really amazing site because they really cover just about anything you can possibly desire as far as your project goes. They even have competitions for design projects. As you see right now, they're having a $6,000 project. But if you want to get designing, they have various different things, whether it's CNC machining, 3D printing, which I'm going to be using quite a lot for a lot of my devices that I'm making, sheet metal fabrication, injection molding. So if you don't have like a workshop or a local center where you can use a lot of these tools, and especially if you're trying to make a lot of products, like let's say I need 10 to 300 to 1,000 3D cases for one of my devices, there's no way I can do that with my personal 3D printer. Um, they also have PCB assembly, which is um, having the PCB board printed, but also getting the surface parts or really whatever parts you needed soldered. Even if you only needed like half the project um, assembled, it's a great way to save a lot of time. And right now, you can get 1 to 20 pieces for $30 and 10 pieces for $5. So let's say you want to just make a quick prototype and get a quote. Here, you'll just insert in um, just some dimensions of your PCB design, and you now go to the main area where you can choose all the different specifications. You can choose advanced PCB, flexible PCB, assembly, but you want to just do standard PCB for most cases. So you're going to select your quantity, and you can select even different designs as well if you want to have a few different options for the same PCB board. And we have the materials. The FR4 is the default. And also, if you hover over the question marks, they have really nice detailed descriptions of every single option. So even if you're a complete beginner, you can get a really good idea of what each of these options are, because I want to make sure you get exactly what you want. And here you can choose the colors of the solder mask. Like as you see with this board, I chose purple, but some colors are a little bit more than others. Green is default. And then the silk screen is the letters and the lines on the board. So you're just going to want to go through and select all the other options down to the copper weight. And then here is interesting because you can have special requests. Like let's say your PCB design is missing a few things, or you wanted some extra labels, or you wanted to put just any extra requests you can put down here, and then they'll send you a picture of the PCB design so you can confirm and make sure that's exactly what you want. And then here we have SMD stencil and assembly service once again. And they have a few different options. PCB can supply the parts. You can supply the parts. So ship them to them or do a little bit of both. Because in some cases, um, some parts are really hard to source. So you might find somewhere to source them and go that route. So once you've gotten everything, you'll click calculate. So let me put in the size. So you'll click calculate and you'll get a price, and you can get it built in 24 hours or extremely fast, probably within a few hours. And select your shipping. Then you're just going to go save to cart. And this is where you'll then add your Gerber files, whichever format it's in. And this is your main portal, so you'll see the status on your PCB, and they're usually really quick. And if you have any questions, you can always ask the little chat bot here. And then you can always view the details of your project just to make sure everything is correct. And yeah, so as you can see here, with some other boards I have going on, they're being reviewed. And this is where you also just go to check previous projects. And that's pretty much it. You know, it's really easy, fun, and simple to just really get your projects going and really save a lot of money too when it comes to prototyping. So yeah, make sure to check out PCBWay. Pretty simple device. Turn it on for you. Running the Cipher OS. You can see it's initializing. And there we go. So this is gonna have several different functions. So yeah, it's gonna have several different functions, and it's really meant to be, I think, like the vision I have for this is just being like a pretty easy, cheap, cost-effective IoT device, like a very cheap digital identification device. You know, there's quite a few names out there in this area, whether it's like Datadog, Zebra, Data Logic, you know. Can't remember all the names, but you know, there's quite a few big names in this, you know, digital identification space. But I can imagine they're all pretty expensive, you know. So if you run like a small business, or you know, you're kind of in like a low income area and you kind of want to still have, you know, like NFC reading, you don't want to buy, you know, one of those Shopify POS systems. This is kind of like a quick, easy solution too, especially because this is powered with ESP32-C3 Super Mini. It has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth as well, but more importantly, Wi-Fi. So you can have this connect to certain APIs. You can create a, you know, private web server and web page with this to log different stuff. You could connect to this remotely, so you could see who's been logging in or whatnot. Yeah, so there's a lot of different options, especially because its firmware will be open source. You know, you can kind of mess around with it as you want. So I'll put out, you know, the basic framework to show you the capabilities of this, and you know, you can kind of just do whatever else you'd want to do with it. So this one's pretty simple. Has 3 buttons, SD card reader. I haven't really implemented the saving and loading capabilities yet, but that's right around the corner. Or like I said, I'll give you guys kind of the basic framework, and if you do want extra functions, especially if you want custom, business solutions tailored for you, you can go that route as well. Because, there's a lot of things you could do with this. You could have it be the reader, and then have a camera on front, have some face identification. But yeah, for this version, I have read, write, erase, and dump. For this demonstration, I'll be using some of these, and I'm waiting on some more cards. I believe these generic cards you get with these modules of sorts. I don't really know the quality or anything else of them. So I really haven't done any serious tests with these, because I'm waiting to get a few different cards that are known to be readable, writable, and can be erased. Because some of these you might not be able to erase. So I'm just gonna bring this card close by, click read, and as you can see, it tells us some info. Bring this tag up. So yeah, that's the most basic function. And try and erase. There we go. So there's going to be quite a few different other things. Like with this SD card, the idea behind that is that you'll be able to read a card and then, maybe push another different button, and you have the option to save that block data or whatever. And then another option where you can go and load. So you could go and load, let's say, Airbnb card 3, and you can easily create a whole bunch of new cards really quick and easily. And then, with the erase, that'd be an easy way to just maybe clear a whole bunch of different cards. And but where this comes into play is that this has card host emulation mode. So with this on here, which makes it a little different, because you don't need to write to another card. So say if I just wanted to emulate, it would read this, and now I could just go off and then use this as the card. But these PN532s do not have that feature. So that would be a nice update on the future ones. And I also do have a small version of this one that has the RC522 on it. Because some people might just only need the RC522. But this PN532 does have some extra features. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now. I'm probably going to hold off on making a version 2 of this for now until I solidify the firmware. But the other things I would like to add is a RGB light for a status light, and also a buzzer. maybe even some sort of haptic motor of sorts. So whenever you push certain buttons, it buzzes, or if it completes a card. So really just some like extra like accessibility type features. But rather than that, obviously add a case and pretty much good to go. But for now, I think I'll just leave it kind of as is, and users can add their own case if they would like to.